Hello, beautiful souls. I have a new spread for you today. I'm excited to do it. It's my first time doing it, and I think you guys are going to like it. This spread is designed to give you insight if there is a third party or a triangle going on in your twin flame relationship. Many of us, not all of us, but many of us experience that with our divine masculines, that they have a wife, that they have a girlfriend, maybe they have a partner that just kind of seems to be coming in and out and in and out and in and out, or there's kind of just always someone there that's not you. Unfortunately, that can cause us a lot of sadness and grief and pain and suffering due to the fact that we have such a love for our twin flame. And we don't understand, we get confused because we think, well, why are they not choosing me? And that really feeds into our fears and our lack of self-worth and our feelings of being valued and worthy. It can really trigger a lot of wounds within us. And it's important to take a look at this, okay? If this is happening in your twin flame journey, because everyone's twin flame journey is different and not everyone's is the same. But if this is something that is happening in your twin flame journey, remember this journey is about you, not really about them, at least for you. For them, it's about them, but for you, it's about you. And that's what you really have to focus on is like, well, why? Why is this bothering me? Where is this coming from? Why do I feel the way that I feel? And it takes a lot of inner strength to work through these issues. They stem from, trauma, abandonment issues, false perceptions of ourselves, false perceptions of others. And it's happening in your journey for a reason, okay? So let's take a look. Now, tarot is not going to be necessarily the healing place for this for you guys, okay? The group calls, the videos that you listen to, the kinds of content that you take in, and the inner work that you do is what's going to be healing. Tarot readings are just going to give you an idea of what's going on in different places. Now, that doesn't mean that some healing from that knowledge cannot be extracted and taken in, or that, certain kinds of things can't be transmuted and alchemized. They can be through tarot readings, but some people consume tarot readings and don't do the inner work, so they keep self-perpetuating the problem. So keep that in mind. Where are you at in that stage of this whole journey, okay? Are you working on the self-healing, or are you still in that place? And one's not like, this isn't like a status thing. This is more of a real, like, being honest and true about where you're at and recognizing that where you're at is where you're meant to be, but you're not meant to it's where you're meant to be right now, but you're not meant to stay there forever, okay? And so, you can kind of help yourself by self-evaluating and looking at, well, where am I at on this journey right now? And what can I do to move forward? Because moving forward, healing, progressing through, and recognizing your value and your worth and living your life from that place is what this journey is truly all about, okay? It's a journey of a journey within, okay? And it's a beautiful journey when we allow it to happen and we embrace it that way. Okay, so we're going to start out with this first card, and this is what your divine masculine's feelings are for you, divine feminine. And for this, we have Knight of Cups. So they see you as a prince or princess charming, okay? They kind of have an idealized perspective on you. They see you as like the ultimate girl or the ultimate guy. This is a really good thing But it can also sometimes, amazingly, like we always want our people that we love to see us that way. But what we don't realize is that sometimes when people see us that way, if they put us on a pedestal, then if we're on a pedestal, then they think that we're above them. And if they think that we're above them, then they're not going to be treating us like an equal. They're going to maybe run. They're going to maybe hide. They're going to maybe feel that they're not worthy enough. They're going to act differently than they would if they felt like you were both of equal value. So you don't want someone to put themselves on a pedestal above you, and you don't want someone to put you on a pedestal above them, because then there's not equality and balance in the relationship. There's not like a feeling of like we're worthy of each other and we're a team and a partnership. You may see it that way, but they maybe are not seeing it that way. Maybe they're putting you on this pedestal that they feel that they can never live up to. And if they feel that they can never live up to what they see you as being worthy of, then they may feel this feeling of like, well, why should I try? And then they may accept a relationship of lesser quality or value because that's what they think that they deserve. And they think that they could potentially lose you or that you could potentially hurt them anyway. So your divine masculine has some pretty deep-rooted insecurities is what I'm picking up from that card, okay? They're very insecure about themselves, but they really see you as this amazing and wonderful person, which you are. They're not wrong about that, but what they are wrong about is that they're not equal to that. They are equal to that. But they need to recognize that on their own. Sometimes in a situation like this, divine feminine, the nicer you are to them, the more they can feel unworthy. Now, that doesn't mean you should start being mean to them, of course, and of course not. But it's a journey within themselves where there's something that needs to be healed, and you can't heal it for them. That's something that they have to do on their own. The only thing you can do, divine feminine, and that's what this journey is urging you toward, is healing your own wounds, okay? Healing your own wounds, paving the path, leading the way by doing that yourself. Okay, so this next card is your divine masculine's feelings for the other person, okay? This is your divine masculine's feelings for the other person. And this is 6 of Pentacles. Okay, so with 6 of Pentacles, they feel like this person is pretty kind and generous. They give them something that makes them feel like they can depend on this person. They feel like this person is safe and that this person isn't going to hurt them. It's not a huge, like, amazing, like, oh, like the passion. Maybe in the beginning, but I don't even sense that in the beginning it was anything that was like sweep you off your feet amazing. It was comfortable. And there's not like a attraction and passion and a deep desire. It's more of like a dependable friendship. That even when things go wrong, they know this person will still be there. Now, this isn't a bad thing. A lot of people choose relationships in this category because it's safe. And there's nothing wrong with looking for safety. But if it's not fulfilling you in other areas that you need fulfillment in, you're going to feel certain feelings of lack. Now, one person can never be the end all be all for someone else. It's just not even realistic to think of it that way. You have to have a lot of people in your life, and you have to be able to meet your own needs, and it's about being balanced yourself. But there are still certain core needs that are necessary in a pair bonding situation. You know, you need to have attraction toward each other. You need to have similar goals and values. You need to have similar moral perspectives on things. You need to have a good communication style. You need to have like sexual compatibility. There needs to be intimacy and a trust. Trust is so extraordinarily important. So they have some of these elements with this person, like the trust, and they have, well, at least trust in certain areas. I don't know about all areas, but they do feel that this person is probably pretty reliable overall, and that they're not going to hurt them. They feel safe, but it's also kind of really vanilla and really bland. Like I'm picking up that the like sexual and intimate connection isn't really there, and that's a problem because people want that, people need that, and if they're, you know, if it's a nutrient that's part of the relationship that needs to be there in order for the relationship to be healthy. You know, our bodies need several different kinds of minerals and nutrients in order to thrive. And if we have all of them except for one and we're deficient in one area, it can create a lot of imbalance in our system, and we can start to have symptoms of, you know, certain kinds of disease or dis-ease. And it's the same thing in a relationship. A relationship kind of has its own body that needs certain minerals and nutrients in order to survive. And so there are certain key ones that are lacking. Sexuality, I see, is one, and then also maybe certain areas maybe in certain areas of like value systems, you know, desires toward the future. I think that that your divine masculine is starting to realize that maybe they don't actually have the same kinds of long-term goals. And your divine masculine is evolving. And because they are evolving, they are starting to recognize that there's certain parts of this relationship that aren't really in alignment with where it is that they're going. So they're really kind of starting to look at it a little bit. They care about this person, but they're not really quite sure that this is the person that's meant for them. They're comfortable. They're right now. They feel maybe entangled in the situation depending on how long they've been in that situation. Maybe they feel an obligation to stay, or they're afraid to hurt the other person, but they're not 100% invested in it, even if it's like something that only they know inside and they haven't actually expressed it to anyone. Okay, so this next card is, what does your divine masculine want from you currently, right now, in this relation, or in this connection with you or relationship with you? And for this, we have Four of Pentacles in reverse. So this card is an interesting card to come up. I'm trying to feel it right now. Sometimes when you'll hear me pause like that for a minute, I'm trying to get a feeling or a sense of what the card is showing me. Because of the question that was asked before it was pulled, which is, what is it that they want from you? Now, this card represents a feeling of not having what you want, being in a lack mindset, like a serious lack mindset, and being extraordinarily vulnerable. And so I think what they're wanting from you, based upon this card, is to fill those areas that feel like a void. Like you are that nutrients or the minerals that the body that they have is lacking in the relationship that they're currently in. They're getting some things from you that make them feel like between the two of you, they have the whole thing. But that's really, really not fair to you or to the karmic. It's not fair. The thing is what they get from you is the fullness over here. You offer all of the things and then the things that are lacking here as well. But because they're afraid to leave this relationship because of its comfort zone for them, they're coming over here even though you're the full picture, but they're only extracting those parts that they feel are in lack in their life right now. And that can only happen, Divine Feminine, if you allow your Divine Masculine to do that. And that's why boundaries are so extraordinarily important in this relationship. Because if you allow your Divine Masculine to just take those parts that they want and then not fulfill what you're needing out of this, then that's going to create an imbalance. That's never going to set the two of you up for the successful union that you're hoping for. So sometimes it's extremely important to know what your target is, okay? Right here, okay? It's extremely important to know what your target is. But then you have to set a trajectory toward it where you don't let anything deter you from that goal. And so if Divine Masculine's over here and you want it to be here, you have to tell them no. Sometimes that means cutting them off completely and blocking them and saying, sorry, buddy, this isn't what I'm looking for. Because it's only through the loss of you that they'll recognize what it is that they want and need. Okay? But that is extraordinarily hard for the Divine Feminine to do because she loves the Divine Masculine. So you oftentimes have to tell the Divine Masculine, absolutely not, no way, not happening. And then you have to not run, because you're still standing still. You're right here. You're not moving over here. You're still right here, but you're saying no to anything out here. And the only way that you'll say yes to it is if it comes here. Now, that doesn't mean my way or the highway. It means you let it go completely. And you say, universe, bring me something, someone, the relationship that's meant for me that is aligned with this. And then you let the universe do the work. And if it brings you your twin flame, if it brings you a soulmate, either way, you're getting what it is that you wanted, and you have to give up control from the ego system, which is out here, and give it over to Source and trust that with your entire soul and being. You give it over. Okay? Not easy to do for the Divine Feminine. It's a struggle that every single one of us has to go through. That's part of the mission of the Twin Flames. It's necessary. It's critical. And it might be one of the most difficult hurdles that you will experience in this journey, but very much worth it when you can get there. So don't let Divine Masculine extract what they want and then continue to keep on like living the life that they want over here without really taking into consideration your needs and your desires, okay, Divine Feminine? All right, so this next card is, what does your Divine Masculine want from the other person currently? And for this, we have Page of Pentacles. Again, this person is reliable. They create a certain feeling of stability. It's known, it's familiar, it's safe, and it's comfortable. But it's missing some very important key things. So they're getting something from them. They want to keep getting the safety, the security blanket of what this relationship provides. And then they want to sneak off and find what they need elsewhere. There's a selfishness in that needs to be not accepted by those around them. They're only going to see themselves and face themselves if people don't enable them. So this karmic is enabling your divine masculine, because I have a feeling that the karmic has an awareness of what is going on, and a sense that your divine masculine isn't completely devoted to them. And they may not know exactly what it is, but they're not stupid, and they know. And they're starting to become quite uncomfortable with that, which is creating friction in that relationship. Okay, so this next card is, what do the next 3 months hold for you and your divine masculine? 5 of Cups in reverse. So the next 3 months, this is a great card actually, because what this card stands for is, moving on, forgiveness, and hope returning, like a recovery period. So this next 3 months is going to be a time in your relationship with your divine masculine where they may be kind of in and out, but this is a time of healing and recovery where you and your divine masculine are both going to be taking some very serious looks at where you're at and where you actually want to be. It may feel very much like a period of separation, but it's because it's for your highest good and for their highest good. It's giving the space that's needed and necessary for the healing and recovery to take place, for letting each other go, for moving on, and getting that hope that returns to get back to the center of what's really, truly important. That's when the divine masculine comes back in, okay? And things are the way that they're meant to be. Is when that happens. And so all of these things are moving you in that direction. All of these 3D experiences are moving you in that direction. And so this is a really good card for you in divine masculine right now. You guys are going to be taking a little bit of space. Now that doesn't mean you won't talk during that time at all, but some space will be taken. It's necessary space that needs to be taken, though, for you and your divine masculine in order for you guys to evolve and to grow on internal and personal level. Okay, so what do the next 3 months hold for your divine masculine and the other person, the karmic person that they are with? For this, we have the Devil. So with this card coming up, it looks like some materialism, some addictive behavior is going to surface. There's going to be greed and envy, arguing, some obsessive, repetitive thinking, but in a very negative way. There's going to be some discord that's going to be taking place over the next few months between your divine masculine and their karmic. I see it as being a very negative, yet positive, because we know both sides of the coin are always there, right? Like, especially when we start collapsing duality, we recognize that if something bad is happening, it's oftentimes because it's moving us towards something good, something more balanced. And so it's, order out of chaos. So chaos is what brings order. And then when growth needs to happen, chaos happens again, and then we create order. It's the yin and the yang. It's the masculine and the feminine. Okay? And so your divine masculine is going to have some pretty serious relationship problems that are going to be surfacing and coming up into the known for them. And they're going to have to look at this and make some very difficult decisions. I see at this point in time that the karmic may be threatening to leave your divine masculine. Maybe they've found out about certain things that that your divine masculine has been doing behind their back that they're not okay with, and it's really starting to weigh heavily on their relationship, and it's not going well, or it's not going to be going well. It doesn't mean it'll be horrific the entire time, but there'll be some ebbs and flows to it. But overall, for the next 3 months, I see it being a kind of a tumultuous journey between the two of them. Okay, so this next card is, how will the communication between you and your divine masculine be over the next 3 months? And for this, we have the Hermit in reverse. So there's going to be some isolation, probably not nearly as much communication over the next couple of months as the mind and the egoic parts of ourselves would want. But again, this is a necessary part of the journey. That isolation is given to us for a reason, not to punish us, not because we're doing something wrong. It's because everything is happening in the right way for personal growth to take place. When we're super comfortable, that's not always when growth is taking place. That's why they call it growing pains. Even when the body is growing, it can be quite painful sometimes when we're kids. And it's because we're growing. We're in a growing phase. And then we get to a place where we're comfortable and we're bloomed and everything's happening and our roots are planted and we're good. And then we grow again. And so this is just a period of growth. So don't look at it through a negative lens. But there's going to be some past mistakes coming up, a feeling of maybe being stuck, and some feelings of loneliness. These are patterns of emotions and thoughts that need to be looked at. They need to be looked at. Now, we talk a lot in our group calls and in one-on-ones about the power of presence and how to navigate your way through periods of time like this that inevitably happen over and over again throughout our lives. And if we kind of have a right way of thinking about it, it really helps us to be able to change our perspective, which makes us not suffer through them so greatly. So if you guys are interested in the group calls or one-on-ones, you can find that information in the description box below. Right now we have a special going on for one-on-ones. They are 25% off. That's going to be until the end of November. And so if you want to do that, the coupon code is down below. And also the links for all this stuff is in the description box below as well to make it easy for you. We do have 40% off of tarot readings right now as well, you guys. Just as a reminder for those of you that don't know that yet, or those of you that are first time here. But we talk about all of these things to give you a lot of insight. I've done so much research, you guys. I've talked to thousands of twin flames. I've been doing this for several years now. And I know a lot of the traps and the pitfalls that people can fall into. And I also know a lot about this journey and why it happens and the mission that you and your twin flame are on. It's different for everyone, but there are certain key things that are always the same. So if you need some help, if you need a community of people to support you, and if you need a little bit of guidance from a trusted source, you know, get into the description box below and reach out. We'd be more than happy to help. So yeah, this might be a little bit of a difficult period for you. However, it's something that is going to be beneficial in the long run for you and your divine masculine. Okay, it's gonna seem like it's a diversion from the path, but you know, sometimes we're going down that path of our life, that journey of our life, and a stepping stone seems like it's way out of like line. It's like, why am I over here? You know, but then as we continue further down our path and we get more information and more knowledge and more wisdom, we turn around and we realize that that stepping stone was exactly where it needed to be. even though at the time it didn't make sense. So this may feel like kind of one of those moments for you, but this is a perfect time, Divine Feminine, for you to go in and really connect with Source and with yourself, and recognize that it's happening for your highest good, okay? It really truly is. And for your Divine Masculine's highest good. Okay, this might be smooth sailing for you while you're watching them and their life fall apart, because you may be at a certain place in your journey where you've kind of figured out a lot of what I'm talking about, and you're like, I recognize that this period needs to happen because there's some stuff that needs to be adjusted, some things that need to be tweaked. Okay, in this beautiful holographic life, this 3D world that we're experiencing. Okay, so will your Divine Masculine and the Karmic be breaking up anytime soon? Will they let this person go? Queen of Wands in reverse. They are going to be feeling just apathy toward this person. Anger, coldness, aggression. Their karmic is going to be feeling this way toward them. And nobody wants to stay in a relationship like this forever. It's only a matter of time. These are the signs. There's something called the 4 horsemen of a relationship, and if any of these things show up in your relationship, it is a key indication that the relationship will not work out long term. And it's like contempt, trust issues. I can't remember what all of them are. You could look it up. But these are the things that your Divine Masculine is going to be experiencing and has been experiencing in this relationship. And that's just going to be getting worse. It's going to be under a magnifying glass. And that is not an indication that this relationship is going to last long term for your Divine Masculine. It's not meant to last long term. It's a learning experience, which is why they are a karmic. It's meant for now, but it's for personal growth for both of them. And it's an important part of their journey as well as yours, even if it's from a distance for you. But they definitely are not going to be staying with the karmic. When that will break and end, I can't say for sure. But I do not believe, with this card coming up, that this is something that is going to last much longer. Okay, so this next card is, will your Divine Masculine be coming back in to union with you, Divine Feminine? And for this we have 5 of Pentacles. So with 5 of Pentacles, it looks like you're going to have some issues for a period of time. Now this is going, I'm talking about in the next like 3 to 6 months, okay? This is not long term, okay? Union is always a part of the twin flames journey, okay? What union is debatable, and that's something that we can talk about. Different people have different perspectives of what union actually is. But I know this, union within has to take place before you can see union without. And so over the next several months, I do not see that for many of you, because of all of the tumultuous stuff going on in this situation, that union is super, super close. And I apologize because I know that that's not necessarily what a lot of us would want to hear. But we have to go through this process. We have to trust the journey and allow it to happen. And because your Divine Masculine is in the situation that they're in right now, healing and growth has to take place first. And that journey within has to happen for both of you inner union has to take place before outer union can be seen and experienced. It has to be that way. That's the purpose and the mission of the twin flame journey. So it's going to be a bit of time before that takes place. How much time, I don't know, but I don't see that it's going to be in the next 3 to 6 months. Okay, that doesn't mean that an astounding amount of personal growth isn't going to take place, but it's just something that is going to take a little bit longer, especially for those of you that are brand spanking new to this journey. This is not a journey that you can figure out at the level of the mind, and it's not a journey that you can rush through. It's a journey that you just allow to happen, and it happens faster when you can get to that place of just relaxing and allowing the journey to happen. Just letting it be, trusting it and having faith. That's hard to do. That's part of the growth period that we have to go through in order to be able to, get to that place. So trust the journey, you guys. It's going to take a little time, but you got to just trust the journey. Okay, so now, what is the possible outcome for your divine masculine and their karmic? Okay, it doesn't look like they're going to be staying together, but what's the possible outcome of how this could potentially play out for them? And for this, we have the Sun. It looks like what I see with this card is that your divine masculine and their karmic are going to get to a place where they recognize that there was important lessons that were learned. Forgiveness is going to take place. And they're going to realize that this person played a very important role in their life that they're going to be grateful for. But they're going to, and that caused them to become stronger and more aware of who they are and more in alignment with who they are. So they're going to have a respect for this person, but I don't feel that this is going to happen until after the breakup and after a time of self-reflection has taken place. It's not going to happen right away. It's going to take a little bit of time for them to get to the place where they can forgive and let go and see it for what it really was. Because a lot of the sadness and the pain of the relationship is going to be just too fresh and too new for them to see it with clarity. But time will reveal that to them. And that's part of the reason why union will take a little bit longer, because they've got to go through the process of kind of looking at themselves and doing the inner work and recognizing, who they are and why they tick the way they tick. It's not a simple and easy process for all of us to go through. That doesn't mean you won't spend time with your divine masculine during that period, or have interaction, or even possibly hang out sometimes. But you are definitely going to be in a place where you're going to be watching your divine masculine go through a lot of changes, and you're going to be experiencing those changes as well. All right, so our final card here is your outcome with your divine masculine. What is your outcome with your divine masculine? And for this, we have Two of Pentacles. Now, this is possible outcome. I shouldn't say your outcome. This is a possible outcome, because you are the creator, divine feminine, and you can't forget that, okay? What I see with this is that there's going to be more than one choice for you to make. You may, after going through all of this process, have the opportunity given to you by the universe to either choose to be with your twin flame or to choose to be with a soulmate. Like, once you kind of stayed put and just had faith and become fixed in who you are and what it is that you want, and you're aiming for that bullseye, you're not wavering, you're not letting anything pull you out of your center, you're going to have the opportunity to choose between a soulmate and your twin flame. And don't let your mind go, oh, well, it's definitely going to be my twin flame. Because that shows that you're not in that place. Because when you are in that place, you know that you are going to choose what's for your highest good. And it's all going to make sense because the journey is going to come full circle and you're going to see things with full and total clarity. And you're going to know exactly what it is that you want. And that decision is not going to be hard for you. So it's just going to take a little bit of time. You just got to trust the journey, Divine Feminine. Trust yourself. Connect with Source. Connect with God. Keep in mind who you are. Always remember that, okay? That's what's truly important. So I'm going to give you guys a quick oracle card before we end today. And hope you enjoyed this reading. Let me know what you guys think of it in the comments below. I'd really like to know if this is a spread that you guys liked and enjoyed. If you think I should continue to keep doing it. It's a little bit longer than some of my other ones, but it has a lot of information. So let me know if you guys liked it and if you want me to continue to keep doing it. I would be happy to continue to do this on Sundays for you if you guys liked it. All right, so our oracle card for today is Opening to Discovery. Let's see what this has to say here. All right. Hold on a second. All right, I was confused there for a second. And I'm going to have to pull you another card because somehow this got mixed in with this deck. And I don't know exactly where this deck is right now, so I cannot read this to you. I cannot read that to you because I don't have that deck with me right now. So I'm going to have to pull another card. Maybe I'll do a short on that card for you guys once I find that deck. It must have come up for a reason. I mean, how strange is it that it was in the wrong deck? Never had that happen before. So I'll find it, you guys, and I'll do a little short on it for you. We'll just see what it comes up with. But for today, we're going to do this card, which is the Equator. Okay? Let's take a quick look at this card here and see what this has to say. There must be a reason that things happen the way that it did. Because there's no such thing as coincidence, right? All right. To make equal. Well, isn't that interesting? That's kind of how we started out. Find the balance in your life. Equality among people is a worthy goal. You are worth it. Do not compare yourself to others, as this is a useless task that only leads to unhappiness. There can be a happy medium. There doesn't have to be an extreme reaction all the time. The equator is the center and equal point of any spherical planet or body, including the Earth. It is the midway point between the geographical poles. On Earth, the equator is about 40 kilometers long, 40,000 kilometers long, sorry. 40,000 kilometers long, of which 78.8% lies across water and 21.2% over land. Importantly, the equator assists with navigation and mapping, as it is the major latitudinal line. Our planet Earth bulges a little at the equator. The average diameter of the Earth is 12,750 kilometers, but the diameter at the equator is about 43 kilometer greater than at the poles because of the lack of tilt. The temperature at the equator does not change much according to the seasons and remains at a very close balance. The equator passes through countries such as Indonesia, Uganda, Gabon, Kenya, Somalia, Ecuador, and Brazil, and the oceans of the Pacific, Atlantic, and Indian. When we seek equality, the energy of the equator is a powerful addition to our workings. And the element of this is fire. Balance, you guys. Balance and harmony. The yin and the yang. This is the purpose and the mission of the twin flames. because the twin flames themselves, in a way, represent duality, right? The two becoming one, or the two making one. You and your divine masculine are on a mission and a journey together, although on separate paths, to balance and harmony. And balance and harmony within is the only way that balance and harmony can show without. So I hope you guys enjoyed this reading today. Again, in the comments, please let us know if you liked it and if you want us to continue with it. And if you have any questions or anything like that, comments, we always love to read them. Yeah, thanks for being here. Oh, and don't forget, please like and subscribe. And if you're interested in a one-on-one or a tarot reading, those coupon codes are in the description box below. Take care, everybody.